Hey YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. And today's video is going to be another one in the series where we go through the chapters of the book The Secret. And the chapter that we're going to be talking about today is the powerful process of the secret. It's key to understand how much power is actually available with the power of the secret, the law of attraction. So in today's video, we're going to be focusing on how expectation plays a huge factor, how our attitude has to be gratitude, again putting emphasis on the power of visualizations, and as always how the law of attraction can be used for your own advantage. And as you watch the intro video, make sure you go down and hit that like button so that the YouTube algorithm will recommend this video to other people. So, we understood previously that with the law of attraction, essentially your current reality, the life that you're living right now, is based all around your past thoughts. Now that means by controlling your thoughts now, you can then change your future. So imagine if you had full control of your life. Imagine if you could get anything that you ever wanted. Now I don't know if anyone else thought this, but when I just thought of that, I was thinking of Dr. Evil from Austin Powers, where he's like, $1 million. Or Mr. Burns, where he goes, excellent. Now it's quite worrying that the two examples that came straight out of my head were evil geniuses. And I guess that kind of happens because of the media, because we've been led to believe that only great things can happen to the evil corporate geniuses who essentially have all the power in the world. But hey, like I said, I know the secret, and that's not actually true. At the end of the day, those powerful corporate geniuses have just experienced success more times than you and me. Therefore, they find it easier to manifest the law of attraction. Now, I didn't tell you the secret, but the secret is that law that they use is exactly the same law that works for you too. Now, before I carry on, I thought I'd give you a little update on my weight loss affirmations. Basically, I messed up the last week and a half. It's pretty much been a train wreck. Work has been really busy, my whole routine has been completely thrown off course, and me and my wife went on a staycation to Exmoor. But on top of all that, I stopped watching my affirmation video, and therefore, I stopped working out. And yeah, I know I'm standing here telling you how to do this, but I guess I'm also trying to tell you that it's not easy. And the reason why it's not easy is because of ourselves. We create the roadblocks ourselves. Because I can assure you, I definitely had 30 minutes every single day that I could have worked out, but I chose not to. So I'm thinking I'm going to try and use the points that we cover in today's video to try and help me get back on track. So like I mentioned in the previous video, your thoughts are a huge factor to changing your circumstances. And now let's be straight here. The thought side of things is actually fairly easy, right? And like I mentioned in the previous video, it makes it even easier because we can just fall back onto our emotions. But the hard part of the secret is what comes after that. And that's the expectations. Now, expectations is the key to the powerful process, because essentially the expectation is what helps draw things to you from the universe. So Bob Proctor in the movie The Secret mentioned that desire or thought is what connects you to the thing that you want. But the expectation is what is used in order to draw the thing into your life. So to really strip back the concept, most people look at their current state of affairs and they simply say, this is who I am. For instance, you don't have enough money in your bank account. You don't have the relationship that you want. You don't have the health and fitness that you've always wanted. And basically what the secret is telling you is that that's not who you are. It's actually the residual outcome of your past thoughts and actions. Like I mentioned earlier, what can we do to change that? And that's to start forming our future with what we're doing right now. So let's take a practical example. Now, let's say you're at work and you have to write a really important email. Now you sit down at your computer and you start writing that email away. 20 minutes in, you've decided you've done something wrong. This isn't the type of email that you want to write. Now there's two things you can do here. You can either scrap everything and start again new, or you can go back and make changes. Now the law of attraction works in the same kind of way. So in order to change your future, there's two things you can do. You can either start from scratch, you can start creating these new thoughts and actions that's going to pave the future for a better life. Or you can think about what happened in the past and then change those notions within your head. So here's an example that I've been taught And I really feel like it's something that everybody can benefit from. Now, every night before you go to sleep, one of the best things you can ever do is to do a self-retrospection. Now, the best thing about this, it gives you the opportunity to start your next day in a better way. So how does self-retrospection work? Just before you go to bed, think about every single thing that you did in that day. Now, obviously, some things went good and some things went bad. Now, with the bad things, try to think about the way that you would have wished for it to actually have gone. Think about the thrilling ways that it could have happened if it did go the right way. And essentially by doing that, you're cleaning up the frequency of that day. And inevitably, by picturing your past day as a perfect day, you're intentionally creating the picture for your future. Now that's how we can change the views of what happened in the past. And it's something that you can do at the end of the day. Now there's that famous quote of, you only die once, but you live every day. Now with that in mind, now what can you do every single day that can ensure that the day that you're about to have is going to be the best day ever? And this is where the powerful process of The Secret comes into play. And one of the aspects of this powerful process is gratitude. Now, a respected guru of mine always used to tell me that your attitude should be gratitude. So, one of the key things in order to make anything a habit is to go through the process of repetition. Now, the mind is a powerful organ, and if you can learn the ways in which you can control it, you also become very powerful. Now, the secret here is the mind enjoys simple things. So for instance, if you want something to become a habit, the best thing to do is create a repetition. And the best thing to do for repetition is to make your mind relate to something very simple in order for you to continue to do that one thing over and over again. So with this idea of gratitude, now in The Secret, the book and the movie, they talk about a gratitude rock. And it's basically just any old rock that you find off the floor, but you attach a habit to it. So, a gratitude rock. Now I took it one step further, and it's probably a stupid thing that I did, but I actually went and bought a stone because I wanted that stone to have some extra value. Now when I bought this stone, I thought I'm going to keep this as my gratitude rock. Now this was a few years ago, and I was doing it for a while, but then I eventually just stopped doing it. I must have went on holiday or something and forgot to take it with me, and then when I came back, my habit was broken and I stopped using it as a gratitude rock. Now, while I was researching for this video, I managed to find my gratitude rock, and I want to do it again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this rock every single day, and whenever I pick it up and I put it in my pocket to start off my day, I'm going to think of all the things that I'm grateful for. Now, like I said, if you want to find a gratitude rock for yourself, you can always go out and find any rock, stone, pebble that you can find on the street. However, at the same time, if you do want something just a little bit more special, just hit the link down below in the description and I'll share with you where you can buy a gratitude stone similar to mine. Now, why is it so important to practice gratitude? Because when you tie this into the law of attraction, when you ask the universe for something and then you give thanks as though you've already received it, you're essentially emitting a powerful signal to the universe. And that signal is saying that you have it already because you're feeling gratitude for it now. So now, moving on to the powerful process of visualization. Now, visualization is a process that has been used throughout many centuries in the past. Now, visualizations is so powerful because essentially you're creating that picture. It's like the example I mentioned in a previous video of using your mind as a blank canvas to paint anything that your mind can conceivably imagine. So in The Secret, a doctor took the visualization process from the Apollo program and used it with Olympic athletes between the 1980s and the 1990s. And then they asked those athletes to run the event that they would do in the Olympics only in their mind. And essentially what he wants to prove was that when you visualize, you materialize. Now, incredibly, the same muscles were fired in the same sequence as they would do if they were running the race in real life. And now this is why the mind is so powerful, because essentially the mind can't distinguish whether you're really doing it or whether it's just a practice. And essentially, if you can go there in the mind, you can go there in the body as well. Now, how can we put visualization into practice? Now, take a moment, hold your hands up and take a look at the back of your hands. Now, what can you see? The color of your skin, the fingernails, any rings that you may have, any freckles that you may have. You can see any spots, any scars. Now truly take in every single little bit of detail that you can of your hands. Now just before you close your eyes, think about that thing that you want to be holding. Be it a new car, be it keys to a new house, be it £1,000,000. Anything that you can try and visualize, you want to try and bring some aspect of reality to it as well, so that you can truly believe in what you're trying to visualize. Now for instance, say it was a brand new car. Think about your hands wrapping over that brand new steering wheel. Think about the sound that the car makes. Think about that brand new car smell. Think about what that car looks like inside. Think about what you see when you look out the windscreen. Think about what you see when you look out the window. Think about what you see when you look up. Is there a sunroof? Is there not a sunroof? Really try to visualize every single little detail about that experience. But make sure that you're really in that moment of being in that car. Not that you wish you would have that car in the future or someday you'll have that car. Because essentially if you have those thoughts of it being in the future, it will essentially just stay in the future. Now, I know what you're thinking is, I don't know how I'm going to be able to get that new car. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get that new house. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get that £1,000,000 or whatnot. But what I'm here to tell you is our job is not to figure out the how. The how will show up in the commitment and belief of the what. Now, one of the key things that I find difficult, especially with trying to work out, is that I don't like the idea of having to work out. I think a lot of people out there probably have the same feeling. Now, the secret doesn't work if you treat something like a chore. So it's the idea of changing your mindset to making what seems to be a chore more enjoyable. So how can you make something that you don't like more enjoyable? Now, Anthony Robbins, one of the greatest motivational speakers in the world, before he ever goes on stage, he has this small little trampoline and he'll stand on there just before he goes on and bounces on it 10 times. The reason for that is you always end up like loosening yourself up and feeling great and enjoying just bouncing on a small trampoline. And it really puts him in a great mindset to get out there on stage and gives him all that energy that he usually has whenever he's talking to thousands of people. Likewise, if you can find a small habit to help you enjoy something else that you don't normally like, then you'll be able to really enjoy the process of doing that thing over and over again. Now, some people do it in the way where they have, say, a cheat meal. So if you work this hard for this many days, you'll be able to have that really important meal that you've been waiting for, such as like a pizza or something like that. But I think for myself, I need to find a more enjoyable way of doing exercise on a daily basis. And maybe that could be as simple as just changing the exercise routines that I'm doing. Now, another thing that can help you with all of this is vision boards. Now, I can't emphasize enough how important a vision board is. By putting your aspirations and your desires down onto something more visual and being able to see that on a daily basis can reap huge benefits. And like I've mentioned in previous videos, this can be anything as small as the meal that you're going to have this week, to the house that you're going to buy, to the car that you're going to buy, to the holidays that you're going to go on. Now, I put a link to a video that my wife created about vision boards, as she's a lot better at doing things like that than I am, because my vision boards aren't as great as hers. So take a look at this video that I put up there. Now, at the end of the day, the only way that you can truly understand the power of the secret is by trying to put it into practice. So, what did we learn today? Expectation is a powerful, attractive force. Expect the things you want and don't expect the things you don't want. Gratitude is a powerful process for shifting your energy and bringing more of what you want into your life. Be grateful for what you already have, and you will attract more good things. Giving thanks for what you want in advance turbocharges your desires and sends a more powerful signal out into the universe. Visualization is the process of creating pictures in your mind of yourself enjoying what you want. When you visualize, you generate powerful thoughts and feelings of having it now. The law of attraction then returns that reality to you, just as you saw it in your mind. To use the law of attraction to your advantage, make it a habitual way of being, not just a one-time event. At the end of every day, before you go to sleep, Go back through the events of the day, any events or moments that were not what you wanted. Replay them in your mind the way that you wanted them to go. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and it'll be great for you to comment down below in this video about the different ways that you're using in order to utilize the power of the secret. Because I'm sure there'll be many people who also watch this video that may find your methods really useful as well. And as always, make sure you hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell as well so you get notified when my next video comes out, and make sure you like, share and comment. See you in the next video. Bye.